Hey guys, welcome back. So today is another TBR video for the last week of October. And I know that the last day of October doesn't fall nicely on a weekend, so this will be to carry me out the rest of October. There's a lot of books that I've already talked about, so I won't talk about them too much in this video, but there are some newer ones as well, and I am really hoping that a lot of these books are done for the first week of November. That is the goal. Alright, so the first three are ones that you've already heard me talk about before. They've been on my TBR for a little while. I've been actively, or sort of actively, reading them for a while. I'm hoping to finish them. I don't have as many tomes this week as last week because I finished Depths of Glory last week. So there is progress. Also in my continuing TBR are Purity by Jonathan Franzen, which I still have not made peace with yet. It's annoying, but I'm still working on it. Maybe I'll get some wine this week. That might help. We'll see. And then Give War a Chance by P.J. O'Rourke. This one, I still have differences with this guy about his rants at liberals, but he's really funny, and he travels all over the world and goes to interesting places, and that's always fun. The first little story essay is his experiences going to East Berlin 3 years before the fall of the Berlin Wall, so 1986, and then in 1989 during the fall of the Berlin Wall. So I'll read you a paragraph in here that's pretty good. It's in East Berlin. It gives you some idea of why I read P.J. O'Rourke despite his political differences with myself. Okay, here's a paragraph from Give War a Chance by P.J. O'Rourke. I went back to Checkpoint Charlie. You weren't allowed to take East German money out of the country. I don't know why. It's not like there was anything you could do with it in the West. The bills are too small for house-training puppies. But East Germany was so total in its totalitarianism that everything was banned which wasn't compulsory. Anyway, when I went through customs, a dour official in his early 20s said, "Have you any currency of the German Democratic Republic?" "Nope," I said. "I spent it all." He looked skeptical, as well he might have. "Empty pockets, bitte," he ordered. I had 21 marks left over. "Well, I'm coming back tomorrow," I said. His expression changed for a moment to boyish amazement. "You are?" He resumed his governmental frown. "This once I will allow you to retain those currencies because you are coming back tomorrow," he said, and rolled his eyes. I did come back, and this time couldn't find anything at all to spend money on. The only excitement available in East Berlin seemed to be opening the subway car doors and getting off the train before it came to a complete halt. But I couldn't figure out how to pay the subway fare, so I couldn't even spend my money on this. I walked back toward Checkpoint Charlie with 46 marks in my pocket. Then I did something my capitalist soul has never allowed me to do. I crumpled up money and threw it in a garbage can. I'm working on Dreamcatcher. This one I'm going to probably read more of getting towards Halloween, but I have definitely already started that. I also have one big book from my kind of coffee table sized books from the Dewey's Readathon stack. This one is still not finished. I did finish the other three, though, that were the big coffee table format books. So I've made progress on those. I have Heart of a Dog by Bulgakov that I started last night. I was worried that the poor dog was going to die on me in the first chapter, but he survived, so I'm okay. And hopefully the poor dog doesn't have a horrible demise coming up. It's Russian though, so I don't know. I'm trying not to know, but I was worried. I'm working on this one. This is probably going to be one of the first mysteries that I finish that counts towards my 500 mysteries challenge. So I am going to do it. I'm going to see how long it takes to finish 500 mysteries. So it's not going to be like I'm only going to read mysteries, but you might notice I'm going to be trying to read more mysteries, because now that that's something I'm doing, my motivation is to try and ramp up those numbers. But I still have to actually read them, so we'll see. It might happen. So the next little stack I'm going to show you are all my paperbacks that are in the currently reading category. The 12 Caesars I made some progress on. This one, it's nonfiction. It might actually extend into November for nonfiction November, because I'm not really feeling motivated. I've made a little bit of progress, very little bit of progress in my Conan book. So we'll see if I make it very far in Conan this month after all. I started another murder mystery by Mary Stewart. This one also will count towards that 500 mysteries challenge. And I have, I think, 3 or 4 more Mary Stewarts after this one that I have in my possession. Then I need to double check and see how many other Mary Stewarts there are that I don't have possession of and haven't read. But I think I'm getting a bit closer to being done with Mary Stewart. I do need to reread the Arthurian series. I was just chatting about it with another booktuber, and while I remember enough of it to know it's definitely fantasy and this kid ends up in the Arthurian era, he has family problems, and things are not going so well for him in our time, or like the 80s, our time. And somehow he steps back in time to the Arthurian era. And there's the doors or spaces that if you stand in the right space or walk through the right space, you can cross between times. But I don't remember it very well. All I remember is I really loved them in middle school. So I need to find the rest of them. I think I own 1 or 2. And I need to read the Arthurian series again. Also by Mary Stewart. And that's actually the ones I knew first. I didn't realize she wrote murder mysteries until I was in my 40s. I found this one on my shelves that I could have sworn that I'd finished it, but the bookmark is in a space that I remember reading, and then after that I don't remember reading it. So maybe I didn't read it very closely, or maybe I dreamed that I finished it. So it is back on my books I'm supposed to be reading stack. I've got a few more that I've been currently reading for a while. I started 2 different Asimov science fiction magazines that have Connie Willis in them, and it got me really confused about which one I was currently reading. So I did finish the one that I checked off as finished, but this one also has Connie Willis, and I read the first essay, so I'm not sure when I did what, but I've started it, and it has a Connie Willis story that I haven't read, so I'm excited about that. I do like her writing. Simple Art of Murder is essays and short stories by Raymond Chandler. So that one, I think I'm going to count it for the 500 Mysteries Challenge. And it is one of the last books I have to finish by Raymond Chandler. It definitely has a lot of murder mystery stories in it, so I think it works. And then I made significant progress in Pleasure by Gabriele D'Annunzio, so that one will probably finish soon. I got one ILL book, Interlibrary Loan, that I will be reading I don't know how well that shows up because it's silver on light blue. Not the best book design. It is called Hallucinating Foucault. And this is from the 1001 Books You Must Read Before You Die. It's Hallucinating Foucault by Patricia Dunker. So not an author that I've read before, and not an author I would have heard of before without reading the 1001 Books You Must Read Before You Die list. I started it, and it reads okay. I think I might be able to do this one without any painful teeth-pulling sort of experience. This might be the next 1001 book I finish, although Pleasure is also on that list, so it's going to be a race between those two. And then I have 3 more books that count for the 500 mysteries. I've sort of started Hamlet Revenge a couple times, and I never really get into it, so hopefully this time that changes. Death of a Demon was one of my TBR books for the readathon. I kind of started it, and then the kittens needed attention or something. So it's not that I stopped reading it because it was bad. I just got distracted. And I started End of Watch this morning. And this is Stephen King, so blood and guts and all that. But also, it is a crime novel. So that's my TBR for this week. I will be doing just a personal readathon sort of thing for Halloween, and I will have a separate TBR for that. So I'm not going to show those now. Other than that, this is what I hopefully will be reading for the rest of October. Let me know in the comments if you've read any of these books, what you thought about them, what you're reading for the rest of October, and I will catch you again soon. Bye, guys!